Gold is over 2,000 an ounce again for the last, I think, 2 or 3 days, and silver is 26.24. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on what's going on lately in the world with Russia, Ukraine, their fiat currency. I do want to offer a quick disclaimer before I continue. I am not promoting any political agenda here or anything party-wise. Also, geopolitical, none of this. This is just my opinion and my thoughts on some of the things that I've been looking at and watching lately and what's been going on in the gold silver market. And also, it's Fiat or Fiat. Okay. I mean, you can get online and it's pronounced both ways. So, it's tomato to me. So I get that too. Let's just get that out of the way. But like I said, this is my disclaimer. This is just my opinion in this video. Take it for what it's worth. I've tried to say this before in my videos, and I think a lot of people misunderstand me. When I say I don't want to see silver and gold sharply increase, that's what I mean. Because every time it does, something has happened. Not good either. Something bad has happened. Every single time somebody's either manipulating the market like the Hunts brothers, trying to buy it all up, and there's other factors involved in that too. I get that. Then we had issues, financial issues, the Fannie Mae Mac and all that back in 2008 that kind of led up to the 2011 surge in precious metals. And then from 2011 all the way up to 2019, almost right at January of 2020, I mean, I remember the market had, softened up and people were basically buying stuff at melt or around melt or taking it to the refinery and selling it for less than melt. I did videos on it. And then COVID hit us. And COVID created a demand for silver and gold and precious metals and toilet paper like we've never seen before. I mean, don't get me wrong. Gold broke records, silver didn't. But the point of it is that the demand was there. Because we're looking at paper markets. And all the physical silver and gold being traded is not being reported. And I know that there are millions being traded from dealers to collectors on a daily basis. I don't report what I sell to the Wall Street. I don't report all that, and neither does most dealers that I know of. So a lot of that goes unaccounted for. But the bottom line is that now we are back into a bull market on gold. And I love the idea that gold is over 2,000. I'm a dealer. I love to see the market surging, but not for why it's surging. And it just concerns me, obviously what's going on. I don't agree with what's going on. I would love to see peace in the world, but unfortunately it looks like we're never going to have peace. All my life we've never had peace for very long. But that's not what the video is about. I'm not getting into politics. I stand with Ukraine. I'll just say that because someone's probably going to ask me. I hope that they win and they push out the invasion. So I want to talk a little bit too, even though we've looked at the gold and silver, let's talk about history lessons here. This is a perfect opportunity to learn some global economics and some geopolitics in real time. Because this is, we're talking Russia going into Ukraine. This affects the entire world. China has their take. China they do their thing. The rest of the world is backing Ukraine and kind of standing together a little bit. The sanctions are pretty much worldwide and they're affecting everything. And that goes back to another point that I made about fiat currency. The way you affect fiat currency is you invade another country and you demonetize it, basically. And sanctions, let's just take a look here. So we're looking at the ruble and we can see what's happened in the last month. I mean, that's a crash. And it's a dire crash. This is, when you talk about anything dropping, a sharp drop, it's bad for any country's economy. Then you look at the Ukraine hryvnia, and it has dropped as well. It has kind of remained steady the last month. The last day, you can take a look and see 5 days. You can see it's kind of recovered a tad. But the thing of it is people see these opportunities and they start trying to buy it slowly or investing in it a little bit. So you might see some ups and downs and things like that. I've even had people ask me, should I, invest in the ruble? Should I invest in? The problem with this is that if this could be gone eventually, if Russia would win, this is gone. That's how you get rid of a country's currency, but you don't get rid of fiat currency altogether. You might get rid of, the hryvnia, but you're not going to get rid of, the paper money that's in the country. It'll just be another paper money. It's no different than the United States or something. Some entity would come over here, whether it be another country or from an outward source, who knows? That would be the only way. All of this is, let's put it this way, this is invasion fueled, okay? This is sanctions by the rest of the world fueled. So you see the differences and the reasons that a currency can start to fall. Now, our currency, United States, as far as being a reset or our dollar buys less, our inflation's crazy, I understand that. I know that. Is it better to have gold and silver? I think that is important to have as part of your portfolio. But you tell these people over here that they need gold and silver. Okay, and I know that this is kind of contradicting. I'm not saying not to buy precious metals. I'm not saying that they can't use those over there, but the problem is that they need food. Some of them need homes. They need water. I mean, they need weapons. That's what I'm trying to say in my videos. Okay, I mean, we're watching history here. I'm not making it up. I see the videos. I know what these people need more than anything. Okay, and it's military might, basically. It's weapons. If they have gold and silver, it's sitting there. I don't know of anybody that's come out and said, boy, I'm glad I have gold and silver, man. It's really hit the fan here. I don't know of anybody that said that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have. But what I'm getting at is that, our currencies are actually digital more than anything. Our debts are digital. Almost everything is digital anymore. You don't actually have, you have a signed paper when you're in debt with something. It's signed, but you don't really, it's not really a physical debt. It's no different than a lot of this silver market, gold and silver market. It's basically reporting of paper trading. Yes, there are some sells and some buys that are accounted for, but it's not actual exchanging of physical. Like no one's taking barrels and wheelbarrows full of silver and gold and taking it from one owner to the next owner, or a plane full of it. It's not like that, okay? It's all basically digital trading. And I'm not saying for all gold and silver. I know there is physical delivery of silver and gold for industry and for, jewelry and things like that. I get that. But what I'm getting at mostly, though, when you see all these sharp increases, it's mostly because of the digital being purchased. And that's the paper, what we call, paper and contracts and, ETFs and things like that. That's what we're seeing here. So this is the time to actually do some research. Watch the markets. Watch them go up and down with each news report, with what each country's trying to do to save their money. All these little things that they're doing, and learn about them. Don't listen to talking heads. I'm not a talking head. You don't have to listen to me either. But what I'm getting at is that pay attention, pay close attention to this, and watch what happens. And you can learn from this, and you can learn for the future, and you can learn maybe even how to better invest yourself and how to be smart about it. And also to learn that fear-mongering type of stacking and fear-mongering type of putting things back and buying and all that, you could argue that the people of Ukraine, they should have been doing that, But in reality, when you see buildings and houses being destroyed, whatever you had in that house is probably gone. And I'm not saying that's every one of them. They're probably glad if they have something back. I get that. And food, and I've always said food and having some, weapons and some ammunition and things like that, it's probably a good idea over top of buying all the gold and silver you can buy. I've always said that too. Like I said, I'm not in the business of selling that stuff, so I have no dog in that fight. And that's not my point. But, diversifying is what most investors are going to tell you to do. But like I said, with the rising cost of food, if you do stockpile some food now, it is kind of smart. I watched a video earlier today, and he's like, I'm not trying to be a fearmonger here, but you might want to go out and buy some because prices are going up. Well, you might save some money. I don't know if you can afford to buy a little extra food. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This is affecting the entire world. And I've told people before, Since COVID, we are in uncharted territory. Since the internet, we're in uncharted territory. No one that we know of, unless it was lost technology, has ever had a worldwide connection where everybody was trading each other's dollars and they were all buying each other's, trade is going on all over the world. It's a huge, vast world market now. So it's a little bit different. So things that play out like this affect the rest of the world. So you can't just be one country going to another country, or one country that's large enough change its mind about something and it affects everybody else. And it really does. So it's a lot different now. The whole world will almost have to collapse the system. And that's one of the things that people have to understand. It's a lot bigger than just one country being huge and then falling and losing its fiat currency, and you better have gold and silver and whatever else you might think you have to have. You watch history happening right now and you can learn from it and not forget from it. Wrote it to your memory. Make sure you get it up here and don't forget it. And you look 10, 20 years down the road and maybe we can learn from it. I don't know. One thing I know, I like to see peace. That's what I would like to see. But unfortunately, I do believe in revelation, and you never know when that's going to happen. So when things start going bad, you almost have to think, hey, is there anything anybody can really do about it in the first place? I mean, if it's prophesied, or if it's supposed to be prophecy, if you believe that way, there's nothing you're going to do. It's going to happen no matter what you do, no matter how much you worry. So that's not the point of this video. Not trying to be political, religious, or anything else, but this does affect everything. It affects all the markets. It affects what people buy here at the shop. It affects what they buy, when they buy, and how much. So thanks for watching my latest video. This is my opinion. Like I said, I'm just offering my opinion. But please like, share, make a nice comment if you like, put your opinion, and above all, have a great day.